Having quite the week, Larian Studios had many things to celebrate, including recent wins at the Golden Joystick Awards. The CRPG has not only won the hearts of those who are fans of Astarion, but also the judges of the yearly award show. It celebrates all the major releases of the year, including Starfield, Final Fantasy XVI, Cyberpunk 2077's expansion Phantom Liberty, Alan Wake 2, Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom, and much more. Their CRPG, Baldur's Gate 3 snapped up 7 awards, including Studio of the Year, but also Best Storytelling, Best Visual Design, Best Game Community, Best Supporting Performer, PC Game of the Year, and the Ultimate Game of the Year. Sven Vinnick, the head of Larian Studios, was seen grappling with several awards within his grasp, experiencing some real-life inventory management issues. This wasn't the only news for the Baldur's Gate 3 studio this week, as Larian also nailed down when Xbox fans will be finding out the release date for the game on the platform. According to a recent post on X or Twitter by the official Larian Studios account, the date will be unveiled during the Game Awards 2023. They also reaffirmed it will be on track for a December release. Along with this news this week was the announcement of the physical deluxe edition, which will be coming to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series and PC in early 2024. Priced around €79.99, the Baldur's Gate 3 Deluxe Edition will feature playable discs, the PlayStation 5 gaining 2 discs and Xbox Series gaining 3. It also bundles in all previously released deluxe content as well as other physical goodies. Pre-orders are available on the official Larian store. For more on this news or any news mentioned in this video, the link is in the description below. As previously mentioned, the Game Awards will be kicking off in December. Speaking of Baldur's Gate 3, Jeff Keighley has now revealed the nominees for the Game Awards. This year the nominees have been dominated by 2 games, Baldur's Gate 3 and Alan Wake 2. This shouldn't be too much of a surprise as Baldur's Gate 3 has had an amazing year, leaving early access in August. Baldur's Gate 3 has already been nominated for 8 categories, including Game of the Year 2023. Nominees for Game of the Year include Alan Wake 2, Marvel's Spider-Man 2, Resident Evil 4, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, and The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Diablo 4, the action RPG from Blizzard, has also gained 2 nominations under Innovation in Accessibility and Best Multiplayer. Interestingly, Baldur's Gate 3 is also nominated for Best Multiplayer among Party Animals, Street Fighter V, and Super Mario Bros. Wonder, so it's a pretty diverse category. Remnant 2, the Souls-like shooter, is in for Best Action Game, but it's going against the colossal Armored Core 6 Fires of Rubicon. Lies of P has also managed to snag 2 nominations for Best Art Direction and Best RPG. Since the RPG category is highly competitive this year, it'll be a tough one to win. Best RPG also includes Baldur's Gate 3, Final Fantasy XVI, Lies of P, Sea of Stars, and Starfield. The Game Awards 2023 will be live on December 7th at 4:30 PM PT. Who do you think will win Game of the Year 2023? How many awards do you think Baldur's Gate 3 and Alan Wake 2 will pick up? Let us know in the comments below. Fans of the Victorian action RPG Grim Dawn are in for a treat this November, as it gets an update version 1.2. This beefy patch will have tons of improvements ahead of the next expansion, The Fangs of Astrakhan. Grim Dawn's 1.2 update will improve the leveling experience significantly by offering better rewards, better pacing, and a more engaging experience. The game's difficulty system will also be getting an overhaul. Players will now be able to start with any difficulty level that they've already unlocked, so no more going through normal, elite, and then ultimate in that specific order. Another huge update to Grim Dawn is the addition of a dedicated dodge ability. In case you missed it, the title is an action RPG that released initially for PC back in February of 2016. The game features fast-paced real-time combat and emphasizes collecting loot and slaying Lovecraftian horrors. The game also builds upon systems from Titan Quest, most notably skill unlock and dual classing systems. Grim Dawn is anticipating its 4th expansion, Fangs of Astrakhan, expected to release sometime next year. The Souls-like Lies of P has gained a new update which adds further costumes, a new category in the costume menu, balance changes plus fixes. The official soundtrack has been released, which is now available for $9.99 on Steam, so you can now listen to all your favourite tracks from the game such as Feel, Whenever and Wherever with the downloadable track list. Lies of P, or Lies of Star as we should be calling it after this game's update, as new options are available for Pinocchio. A new category has been added to the costume menu, allowing players to equip both a mask and accessory together, found in the hair section of the menu. As previously teased in the director's latter video that took place at the end of October, Changes to combat have been implemented. This includes Rising Dodge now being a default ability, with the Retain Guard Regain upon Pulse Cell use now taking its place in the P-Organ system. There have also been changes to weapons, including damage increases to weapons, decreased delay after an attack, and time to charge a charge attack for some heavy handles. Heavier handles have also now a faster attack speed, which is dependent on the assembled blade. These are just some of the changes with the patch. You can check out all the new balance changes over on our Liza P wiki. We got a first look trailer for the roguelike deck builder C.A.R.D.S RPG The Misty Battlefield. This title will be released for PlayStation 5, Switch and PC via Steam in 2024 worldwide. This game will bring together a tumultuous war, vying sides, and dragons. The game follows the Clawswitz battalion into a map covered in mist. Here players will collect and strengthen cards to build the best deck to fight against enemies. The game is an interesting mix of card gameplay and grid-based battles woven into roguelike elements as well as traditional strategy. Players will have over 50 varieties of cards to collect as they try to find a way through the mist-covered land, facing hidden enemies, facilities, and discovering further equipment to help them win the fight. The game is set to also feature fully voiced characters for further immersion in this war-ridden world. C.A.R.D.S RPG The Misty Battlefield will be coming to PlayStation 5, Switch and PC via Steam in 2024. Narrative-driven turn-based RPG The Thaumaturge gets its release date pushed to February 20th, 2024. Originally set to release on December 5th for PC via Steam, the Epic Game Store and GOG, this also is coming to consoles, PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series at a later date. The announcement shared details that the game has been delayed as not to compromise the quality of the game. The additional time will also be given to achieve the standards that players have come to expect, adding further polish. In case you missed it, the Thaumaturge is set in the 20th century Warsaw, Poland, a mix of ancestries under the pressure of the Russian Tsardom. Within the city are those with the ability to tame spirits or Salators. Only Thaumaturges can assess Salators' true nature and essence. The power does come with a dark side though and should be used with caution. The game uses turn-based battles in a narrative-driven isometric RPG. Being a Thaumaturge allows players to navigate different situations in numerous ways. Taming Salators will unlock unique skills to gain an advantage when exploring the world in combat. These summons look very eerie and could be interesting, especially as you tame more. Good news for Diablo 4 players, Blizzard has announced the Mother's Blessing is returning to Diablo 4, but this time for a whole week starting November 20th running to November 27th. This will give players a chance to catch up on the latest season of Blood with 35% increase rates for both experience and gold. The bonus will apply to both seasonal and eternal realms at all world tiers. You can also bonus stack with elixirs and earn of experience to really take advantage of this week. You can also check if the boon is applied by finding the new in-game icon, which will appear next to your potion count and will let you know you're earning an increased gold and XP bonus. This event can also help in boosting you through the Battle Pass ranks, getting through higher levels and world tiers. Complete your season journey to face the Abattoir of C.A.R.D.S coming on December 5th. Planning on adventuring through Sanctuary? Don't forget to drop by our Diablo 4 wiki for all the latest. The first expansion for the shooter Souls-like Remnant 2 dropped this week, adding new areas to explore in the game's very Bloodborne-inspired Lonesome. The DLC adds a new archetype called the Ritualist, which uses miasma on its foes, using status effects of infliction to really deal some damage. The DLC also raises the game's trait cap to 85, allowing further ways to customize builds. You can also try out the one-shot mode, a predetermined layout and set of dungeons, but it can only be accessed once. We have a whole review that goes over the details of the Awakened King DLC and what we thought of it. If you're interested to try out a couple of new builds for the Awakened King DLC, we have a couple on our channel right now that would be perfect for the update. You can also head to our Remnant 2 wiki for all the latest info. Dragon's Dogma 2 may have had its release date leaked according to a recent rating of the game. The epic return of the Capcom's fantasy open world action RPG apparently is launching on March 22nd, 2024 for PS5, Xbox Series and PC, if the leaks are to be believed. The PEGI rating was for Europe, which listed Dragon's Dogma 2 to be a PEGI 18. This could have accidentally revealed the release date early. Now take this with a grain of salt though, as Capcom have not released any official news on this just yet. However, there will be a 15-minute showcase which has been officially announced to be happening on November 28th at 1 PM PST. Set to unveil brand new gameplay reveals, it'll be led by director Hideki Itsuno and producer Yoshiaki Hirabayashi. This could also be a way for Capcom to announce the launch date of the game. Dragon's Dogma 2 is set to be 4 times bigger than its predecessor, with an open world. There'll be new advanced classes to master and new ways to get around by Oxcart. The game's AI pawn system will also be returning, no doubt, enhancing the fun combat from the first game. We had our own hands-on with the game not too long ago. You can check out our video for more gameplay. If you're excited to know more about Dragon's Dogma 2, you can head to our wiki where we'll be updating it as new info releases. Well, that's it for the week in the wikis. Please join us again next week for yet another great week of gaming. Remember to check out our VIP program for some exclusive supporter benefits. And budding writers should take advantage of our Become an Author initiative. Thanks again for being part of this great community. Keep checking in with us with news, reviews, YouTube streams and vids, and general wiki goodness.